Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. We are visiting with Heath Dawson from the Living Word Outdoor Drama. Happy 4th of July to you, Heath. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. For some who may not have heard of Living Word Outdoor Drama, we've got several neat outdoor dramas in the area. Tell us about yours.
Okay, the Living Word Outdoor Drama was founded in 1975 by our founder, Frank Roughton Harvey. It's a nationally recognized drama that brings to life the last 3 years of Jesus Christ, including his death, burial, resurrection, and some of his teachings. But we have a 400-foot set that was researched and designed by our founder, and it's basically the most authentic representation of Old Jerusalem in all the United States. So we're really excited to have that here in Cambridge, Ohio.
What was involved in creating this? You said a lot of research, and how in the world did you go about doing this?
Well, Frank was a student down in Georgia, and he had to do a thesis and come up with something, for a class. Well, he designed a scale model of what is now our set. So he designed that and had a dream of building the Living Word Outdoor Drama somewhere in the United States and putting on, a biblical drama about the life of Christ. Well, he put on a play down in Atlanta during the Civil War Civil Rights movement. And there was a lot of fighting and different things going on. Well, he put on a play called Behold the Man, and he put it on at where the Atlanta Braves played. I think it was Atlanta Fulton County Stadium back then. But he used a black man to portray Jesus Christ, and obviously with what was going on in the Civil Rights times, it was quite shocking, to say the least. But the drama was viewed by about 150,000 people that weekend, and they call it still to this day the miracle that saved Atlanta. Well, Frank moved back up here and then found land. He met his wife Hazel, and her family owned the land where we're at, and her parents decided they wanted to give the land to Frank so he could build the Living Word Outdoor Drama, and it just started very small, kind of on shoddy staging and what have you, but then it just kept growing and growing and growing, and now it's a permanent set. And I mean, if you come out here, I describe it as Pittsburgh. When you drive through the Fort Pitt Tunnel and Pittsburgh explodes in your eyes once you get to the end of the tunnel. It's kind of the same thing that happens here. You pull in a gravel parking lot and you walk through our welcome center, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's 400 feet of Old Jerusalem right in front of your eyes. It's pretty neat.
Do you give tours through the set and everything?
Yes, we do. We do two different tours. One begins at 6:30. It's a behind-the-scenes tour. It allows you to walk up on the Crucifixion Hill. You get to go in the tomb, and then they take you down across the set. It's the only time we allow visitors to be on our set. And then you go behind the scenes, and you get to see the green room and are introduced to some of the actors and actresses. Sometimes, if Jesus, the guy who plays Jesus, might be back there, he'll introduce himself and stuff. So we do that at 6:30. It's a by-donation tour. And then at 7, from everybody's seat. They stay in their seat, but we have an actress comes out, and she gives you a historical background of our entire set and how the buildings come to be. So it's really neat, both of those tours.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And that is all just by donation. And then what does it cost to see the play itself?
Okay, regular prices for adults, $13 to $59, it's $18. And then senior citizens start at age 60.
Oh, God bless you.
That's $16. And then children, 4 to 12 is $6, and then under 4 is free. However, we have 30 nights of our show, and 2 years ago when I took over, I decided that we needed to do something, and so I created theme nights. So every night last year in 16 and then this year, we have theme nights, and each night is centered around something. Like one night, we have Senior Citizen Night, where all senior citizens get in for $10.
Wow.
We have Amish Mennonite Night. We have Black History Night, Gentleman's Night, Ladies' Night. I mean, I could go on and on. Motorcycle Night. We have so many different things, and each night, whatever the theme is, and if there's a discount that applies, we give you a discount.
Oh, that's so cool.
Really
where can we find a list of what all the themes are?
Okay, that are two places. I just built a brand new website this past off season, so we're really proud of it. That's www.livingworddrama.org.
Okay.
And we have like a calendar of events now. We've got a video player on there. I mean, it's got everything. So it's very interactive, and we're really pleased with how that turned out. Like I said, that's brand new in this off season. But then our Facebook, I'm very interactive on Facebook. I try to post every day if I can on Facebook. And that's how we announced our themes for this year. We took 30 days and just unveiled, hey, this is what's going on this day. So it was a neat way to, one, keep us relevant in the off season, and two, announce the themes. But either way, you could find those. And then our brochures. We have brochures scattered throughout Ohio. They're in 9 different states. So we're pretty heavy with our brochures. So if you can manage to get your hands on one of those, our calendar and season of events is in our brochure.
It just sounds amazing. What is the size of this set? When you talk about, boom, you're in Old Jerusalem, do you know the acreage?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a 400-foot panoramic set.
Wow.
From archway to archway, because we have like one arch is basically used as the entrance to the Holy City. Jesus will, the man who plays Jesus, I always say Jesus, but the man who plays Jesus
yes.
will be riding a donkey out. We do use live animals here. We have a team of work horses that brings Pilate out, and then we've got Roman soldiers that ride horses around throughout the night. But anyways, from archway to archway is 400 feet. Now, if you extend up onto the hill where the Garden of Gethsemane is and the Sermon on the Mount, that's on the right side, and then on the left side we have the tomb and then the crucifixion scene. I mean, if you go all the way across, it's probably more like 500 to 550 feet.
Wow.
From crucifixion to the Sermon on the Mount.
So I'm trying to picture this. Everything is set up all at once, but you focus on one area of the set at a time. Is it lit in a way that draws our attention to where you want us to be looking?
Yes. I mean, basically, a quick synopsis. We go from left to right. That way your listeners can visualize. And mind you, it's down in a bowl, kind of like an amphitheater, down tucked in a valley. But on the top of the hill, on the left side, you have the crucifixion hill. Then right below that is the tomb. Then you have down below that is the Samaritan well and the archway into the entrance of the Holy City. Then you go Herod's court, and then next is Mary's house, and then next would be the carpenter's shop in the upper room. Then the next part would be the Via Dolorosa, the way of suffering, where Jesus would carry his cross out of the city. And then Pilate's court. Next would be the Sanhedrin, and then next is the temple. Then you would go up onto the hill, and you would have the Garden of Gethsemane, and then also you have in that same vicinity the Sermon on the Mount.
So you cover Jesus' 3-year ministry, his death and resurrection,
yes,
all in this one. How long of a production?
It's a 2.5-hour production each show night, Fridays and Saturdays only. We begin at 7:30, and then it runs until 10. And we do a brief intermission, about 15, 20 minutes for people to, stretch and use the restroom, and we have a full concession stand. So, but it's 7:30 to 10 each night. It
seems that it would seem like you were there, and that it's so realistic. What ages do you recommend for this?
Well, it is for everybody, and it is very, very realistic. We have people bring their little kids. We say 4 and under is free. We see kids that small. But we recommend it, for everyone. However, the one thing is this year, new for this year, the whipping scene used to take place on the kind of like on the side of Pilate's court. Yes. Now we've moved it up towards the front of towards the audience, and it's a lot more graphic this year and very realistic. We're just getting rave reviews about it, and it has changed the drama big time. But a lot of kids, maybe to see that because it is violent, that part, maybe parents would want to, if they're worried about that, could take their kids out during that part. But, it is neat because we get kids asking, why is he on that cross? Why did he die? And then he comes out of the tomb, and then the kids, see that he's risen. So it does make a pretty neat, lasting impact on kids and teenagers, especially. But everybody that walks out just says what an amazing job we do and how real it is. So it's very neat. And you had mentioned about lights, your previous question. I didn't touch on that. We do have lighting that would each set we use. The drama will take place at each different part of the set, so people know where they're looking, and it's set up for that specific part of the drama. But at night we light up the drama. Last year we put in a $40,000 state-of-the-art LED lighting system. It increased our lighting here by 300% and allowed us to use colors. Wow. So, the lighting, everybody's just said what a difference it made. So we're excited. We could land a helicopter on the Crucifixion Hill now. So pretty bright.
That might kind of be weird just to position, though. To see a helicopter landing there.
Right.
But how many people can you seat at one time?
Okay. Now, we have 228 permanent baseball stadium seats, just like if you would go to a Indians or a Reds game. So we have 228 seats that was permanently put in 2015. But we have folding chairs, and then up in the top in the pavilion, we have folding chairs. But we can seat 709 people. However, we did, we just knew for 2017, we put in a brand new 12 by 18 concrete handicap viewing section that sits above our amphitheater, so they have the best seat in the house. And then we put two 10 by 10 concrete pads that go down our amphitheater ramp to help people rest or view if they can't decide they don't want to go any further, but at least it gets them closer to the drama. But another neat thing is we just announced the Friday, the season opener on June 17th. I put in an order with Irwin Seating Company out of Michigan for another 228 chairs. So they are going to be installed as soon as our season ends. We're installing them, and then we will unveil them in 2018. So we're excited. We'll have permanent seating for over 450, and then folding chairs. So about 700. We're going to try to keep it about 710, but we'll be getting rid of another 228 folding chairs. So we're excited about that.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, but you do set up the folding chairs, or you recommend people bring their own lawn chairs and so forth?
No, we have plenty.
You have them.
Nobody needs to bring anything. As far as the seating goes, that's always good. And then we do have people that set up folding chairs. We just leave them up through the season. We have tons of volunteers. We're excited about how many volunteers always come out. But and then if people, we sell out those seats, because last year, the last night of the season, everything was sold out or taken. We had over about 750 people here the last night of the season, so it was really awesome. But very, very special night. That was our biggest crowd in about 25 years, so we were really excited.
Well, my guess is with only 30 days of performances, you're doing 15 weekends basically, right? Yeah. Fridays and Saturday evenings only.
Yeah.
For 15 weekends, I would think that it sells out rather quickly, or you get pretty close to being sold out, and that people should not dilly-dally if they want to get some tickets to this, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't have a show, just so people would know, June 30th or July 1st, because we're observing the Independence Day weekend.
Okay.
A lot of people go away for that weekend from our family here. But, a lot of people also out there that would come as busy that weekend. But, we have 15 weekends, and, as far as tickets go, I don't want to put any undue pressure on people, but it is good to get tickets and get here. If you can get here at 6, to get a front row seat and get here when you can. I mean, we do see. June is kind of a light crowd, but once we hit July, I picked up 4 tour buses today before I talked.
I believe it.
And we've
yes.
got another potential one. So July, as things start getting rolling, once people's already kind of got out of school and got their vacation out of the way, we see a lot of traffic July and August especially. So
it just sounds absolutely incredible. Tell me a little bit about the actors. For one thing, let me swing back to one thing you said, and then I'll let you answer. You mentioned that Jesus comes riding in on a donkey. Mm-hmm. All right. Do you have any idea how hard it is to ride a donkey?
Hey,
all they want to do is throw you off.
Hey, let me tell you something. We had Stormy, and Stormy we've been here 43 years. This
yes.
is our 43rd year. And unfortunately, we had to put Stormy down at the end of the 15th season. I'm sorry to make your listeners sad, but he had lived 36 good years, and he had been here pretty much the whole time. So, but he anybody that's been here for a long time knows a Stormy story. He was cantankerous, just like most donkeys are, and I mean he had a mind of his own. And one time, I guess he went running through the set, and Jesus fell off of him, and people were wondering what in the world was going on. But so as far as the donkey, when you ask, is it hard to ride? I've watched,
yes.
Since I've been here, Stormy, and then Snowflake was our female donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they have minds of their own.
Yes,
and it is very, very difficult. It looks easy on show nights because sometimes it's flawless, but it takes a lot more work than what people realize getting them trained and things.
Oh, my goodness. My hat is off to the actor who is doing that. Back in the day, back in the 70s, donkey ball was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember trying to, you spend most of the time trying to climb back on because all they want is you off their backs.
Right.
And I thought, how in the world? That always impressed me that's how Jesus came into Jerusalem. I thought, okay, well, that shows he's God anyway because
sure.
Nobody else could do that. And I'm very impressed with an actor that's able to pull that off.
Yeah, we have three guys, John Arnett, George Clark, and Logan Hill. Those are our three gentlemen here that played Jesus. Pete Hansen had been here, but he retired. This was his last year was last year. But yeah, those four guys do a good job of riding a donkey. Now we have a new donkey for this year, and he's gray, and I'm telling you what, he's been amazing. So for his first year to be in the drama, he's doing really, really good.
Tell me where your actors come from, because this is very professionally done.
Yes, and that's the one thing we try to tell people is they come and see it and they think that we have professional actors. We do not.
That's amazing.
We are all volunteer strictly. Now, Jesus is the only role that we pay them to be in the drama because of how many hours they have to put in learning lines. Their lines are extenuous. But our actors, I'll throw out a couple names. Annette Elwood has been here all 43 years.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, she hasn't left. Reg Martin has been here 43 years. Now, he took a sabbatical for 10 years because he was away as a preacher, but he came back and was right back in it. So the Fanties, he's a dentist. Dr. Fanny and his wife Maudie have been in it since the day one.
Incredible.
So, we have some people that have come and they've never left. But it's pretty much we just try to find people to come out. And once people come out, it seems like it's a giant family. And 2 years ago, our old performance director retired and resigned from his post, and we had a new one take over last year, Nick Williams, and he has done a great job of getting behind the scenes as a family, and I took over 2 years ago, and he and I just decided we need to turn this into a family, not just say we're, here and friends and whatnot, but we need to be a family. And it's amazing because people are coming back that haven't been here for years and are in it, and we're finding new people, and it's just such a vibe. And somebody said opening night, they said, I could feel the Holy Spirit just come down through the hillside across the set when the Sermon on the Mount was going, and you could just feel it. And somebody was listening to her tell us as she was leaving, and they said, we felt the exact same thing.
Wow.
So it's here. You can feel it show nights, and it's really neat. But our volunteers come from all walks of life, and the neat thing is we're non-denominational. So I'm Church of Christ myself, but we have Baptist, Methodist, we have Catholics. It doesn't matter. We're all here for the same reason, and that's to worship God and to minister to people and tell them what Jesus Christ did for them. So it's really neat.
We're speaking with Heath Dawson from the Living Word Outdoor Drama. Going to take a short break here. We'll be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community.